Hello everyone, welcome back to another video. Hope you guys are doing well. This is the 5th video of the 25 videos of Vlogmas, guys. Isn't that insane? The idea for the 25 days of Vlogmas isn't a new concept, but it was just like an idea that I thought of just doing on a whim. This previous stretch of 3 weeks prior to these 5 days, I didn't post at all. And I was like, damn dude, like, I can't believe I low-key just gave up. Like I had all this traction, had this all going, but you know, now it's gone. But after these 5 days, it made me realize that like, y'all are still here. And I know from a consistency standpoint with views and all, I'm trying not to let that get to my head. Because I know with how this channel is and my community here, it's mainly like cars and the 8.6, and I'm trying to revert back to lifestyle vlogs and trying to blend the two just to make sure that, you know, I get to post what I want to post and what you guys want to see as well. But for those that still continue to watch regardless of what kind of video it is, I genuinely appreciate y'all so much. That actually genuinely means so much to me. And for the Vlogmas, I literally have no idea for the next 25 days how it's all gonna play out. I've literally just been winging it every single day. You see, what a responsible person would do is they'd pre-make already 25 videos for their Vlogmas, so that they don't actually have to worry about making a video every single day. Me, no, I'm raw dogging this shit. Like literally, I am posting as I go. And because of that, I don't really have a plan. I thought I could just do daily vlogs, but genuinely, my day-to-day recently has been very, very boring. It just worries me because like, I don't know what I have next. I'm gonna try my best to make sure that I could post at least once a day for these next 25 days because I really wanna, you know, be able to say that I did it. And also for you guys to have content to watch during this holiday season. For the next segment of this video, we're gonna be doing a Q&A. Also, if you guys aren't following the Instagram yet, make sure to do so. All these questions are pulled from a story post that I posted a couple days ago. So if you guys wanna ask questions of your own, go ahead and follow me on Instagram and just keep your eyes peeled for the next time I do a story post for another Q&A or something like that. All right, guys, let's get into the Q&A. First question, can we kiss? All right, guys, that's gonna be it for today's Q&A. I'm playing. Fuck no, we're not kissing, bro. All right, first question comes from Anthony Nguyen, or Anthony Nguyen. I don't know how to pronounce the last name. I'm probably gonna butcher a lot of names, guys, I'm sorry. Anthony Nguyen asks, future plans for the 8.6. Ideally, I wanna keep the car as like minimalistic and like simple as possible. I just wanna do general maintenance, just like, you know, making sure that the car runs healthy. But if I'm really thinking far ahead, I definitely want new coilovers for the car. I'm running Fortunato 500s right now that are a little old. They're like, I think I maybe put like 40,000 miles on them. Experiment with suspension and just to really dial in the ride quality and the handling of the car. On top of that, I also am thinking about powder coating my TEs. I want to do dash white. Low-key want to do that, but I don't know how much I want to deal with white wheels and maintaining it because the brakes on these cars is just, especially with the Brembos, dude, it just creates brake dust like it's nothing. So, oh, a respray too. I definitely would like to get a respray on the front end because that thing is peppered up, man. Coilovers, changing the wheel color to dash white, and then respray. That's pretty much like future plans for my 8.6. Another question from Laytoni? Laytoni? I don't know how to pronounce it. See, I'm about to butcher this fuck. Would you get a GR86? Short answer, no. The only reason why I wouldn't get a GR86 is because I currently own an 8.6. I am a big fan of the second gens, but since I own a first gen, it doesn't really make sense. I know they're better in every way. I know they handle better. I know they just have better acceleration, and I don't know about reliability. If I weren't owning a first gen and I was thinking about getting into this chassis, I would consider a second gen, but ultimately my heart would want to say to get a first gen because they're just classic in my opinion. Jaden asks, can you please make a mukbang video? I really do want to do a mukbang video, but I do not know if you guys want to see me just chowing down on food. If I do that though, I do want to do it with some friends. I don't think I could do it by myself. I don't know. I don't think I'm the type to do mukbangs, but I can see the interest in that. But definitely a good idea. I'll definitely take it in consideration. Felipe asked, F82 M4 or FL5 Type R, both manual. I personally think the higher the horsepower and the heavier the weight, I wouldn't get a manual. I think manual benefits a car when it's lightweight and small. Like that's my shit right there. I love small, lightweight cars. But both the FL5 and the M4 are pretty quick cars. For like the F80 chassis, I was thinking more so of getting it in a dual clutch. It's a lot easier to drive day to day. And when it comes to a BMW, I feel like with BMW M cars in general, on like the newer ones like F80 and up, that's kind of like a businessman car, like a guy that works in finance and wants to have a little fun car, a little fast car that he could pull up to work in, drive day to day, but is also taken seriously by his peers because like it's a BMW, it's like more luxurious. It's, you know, it's more like that guy got his shit together type car, you know what I mean? And when you have like a luxurious car that's fast, I feel like driving it day to day with a dual clutch is really nice. And also if you end up tracking it, it's obviously gonna be a lot faster with dual clutch. But because I'm in that mentality right now where I really am into BMWs, I'd get an M4. But I wouldn't get it in manual, I'll get it in dual clutch. Tyler, this guy asks, why don't you have an M2 yet? That's a great question. I ask myself that all the time. I don't have one right now because I can't commit to selling the 8.6 for one because I'd have to start from scratch, and I don't know if I could commit to BMW maintenance and M-Tax in general. But man, I would really, really love an M2. I would get an OG M2 because I love the sound of the S55, but honestly, I don't care. Give me the OG M2, give me an M2 comp. If I could just commit to selling my car and parting out, and if I'm ready to let go of the 8.6, I will get an M2. But I think I just love driving the 8.6 so much, even though I shit on it a lot. Every time I get into it, I'm just like, damn, this is a really good car. Until then, the 8.6 is gonna stay, or until I can afford owning both. That's when I'll get an M2, so hopefully I can get one soon, because those things are sick. Anthony, also known as ARD Visuals, asks, how do you like having a bucket seat in a daily? Honestly, I really like it. It is obviously not the best comfort-wise. Like, you're not gonna enjoy driving it in long periods of time. You know, like, the homie Asher loves his. He could like sit in it for hours. Personally, I get tired after maybe like an hour or two of just sitting in it. Day to day, it's not bad because I'm willing to sacrifice the comfort because of how engaged you feel and just like how much more connected you feel when it comes to driving your car. I like it. It's not for everyone. I definitely think you should try it out first. You know, you feel like you're a race car driver every time you hop in the car, and it just feels cool. You just feel cool, that's all. Danny fuck man, I'm screwing this up. What do you do for work? So as of right now, for work, I work as a window tinter for my family's business called Precision Tinting. If you guys are in the OC, Yorba Linda, Anaheim area, definitely hit us up. One of the best pricing for window tints and the best quality, and plus if you guys go there, you can see your boy there. That's my main gig right now other than school. Since I am a full-time student, I can't really work full-time. But other than that, I also make revenue off YouTube. YouTube is so, I don't rely on it at all. It's kind of just like pocket change. It's like a side hustle, like look, pocket change. But yeah, as of right now, that's kind of just what I do for work. Nate Suffredini asks, what do you recommend for a grip street build? I made a video about this a couple weeks ago. But yeah, in that video, I recommended either the Falken RT615K Plus or the Hankook RS4s. Although I haven't had the Hankook RS4s, I've heard good opinions on the dual duty aspect of it being a good daily tire along with track. RT615K Plus from Falken is what I've ran for the past 3 times now. Ran those tires on 3 different sets of wheels. Like, they are generally like probably the perfect tire for my kind of application. So if you're looking for like a good daily tire that you could obviously daily, but also have the option to take to the track without having to swap wheels and tires, I definitely would recommend the Falkens because they're cheap, they last long. No, you're not gonna PB in them, but they're a good tire to learn on and just get your foot in the door and just have that availability and flexibility to track your car as you please. Fuck Socializing asks, why are you never satisfied with what wheels are on your car? First off, shout out my boy. I hope you're doing well. It's been a while. I genuinely don't know why I'm never satisfied. I think I'm just very indecisive when it comes to the wheel choice for these cars because they look good on a lot of wheels, and I'm just trying to figure out what looks best. I think I just mainly just like experimenting and seeing what different looks look like on the car, like wheel-wise. So yeah, and unfortunately, I guess I haven't really found that setup that I really liked. So until then, I'm gonna keep switching the wheels. Harat, fuck, dude. Oh my god, I'm not gonna, bro. Oh my god, let me ask chat. Fuck, dude, Harjo? It's Harjo. I'm sorry if I'm butchering your name. I'm just really curious on how to pronounce it. Anyway, he asks, when drift? I want to drift soon, trust me. Like, it doesn't help that a lot of my friends in the chassis drifts their cars, but it also doesn't help that I see them always crashing their cars. Not that they're not bad drivers, but that's just kind of what goes on in drifting. Like, there's never such a thing as a spotless drift car. There's always something, because you either hit someone, tandeming, and stuff like that. Like, shit just like happens. It's just normal in drifting. I'm too much of a perfectionist when it comes to my car, so that's the only thing that's holding me back. And yes, you could say, oh, you don't have to tandem, you could just drift by yourself on the track. You're not wrong. I just, yet again, I haven't really committed to it. I do have a sim. I get my fix off drifting on the sim, and I've learned how to drift on the sim. So as of right now, that works. But definitely in the future, I do want to drift. Seeing all like the drift events like at Wish and Deluxe and RAF and all that stuff, like all that shit looks sick as fuck. I'm too scared to crash my car. And if my car crashes, I know how distraught and sad I'll be, and I just don't want that. So yeah. Until then, I really want to, but I just can't commit to it. FA20 Hayden asks, where do you want to travel next international wise? One of my dream absolute top places I want to travel is Japan. Mainly just because of the culture over there. Like, they're hella respectful. I love Japanese food. I obviously love JDM, Japanese cars. Like, they're fucking amazing. I don't even think I remember the last time I traveled internationally. It's definitely been like 6, 7 years. Blonded J asks, what camera do you use for vlogs and what filters to give it a vintage look? This is a good question, because I feel like not a lot of people actually ask how I film my videos and like what I use. And I put a lot of effort into it, if you can't tell. Like, I got a really nice camera, and I'm blabbering too much. For the cameras that I use, like the current one that I use right now is the Sony a6700. Like, literally that's what it's called. I'm being so dead ass. The Sigma 18-50 f2.8 lens right now. For my shooting settings, I always mainly shoot in S-Log. I also have like a preset LUT that I made on this camera for like auto settings when I have to shoot like really quickly and I can't really like set up and like adjust the ISO and f-stop and whatnot. I switch around those two, but for most of like the cinematic and like really nice looking shots, I just shoot on S-Log on this camera and I just color correct it in post. Aside from car content, I really do enjoy making like cinematic vlogs and just cinematic videos, like the drifting videos, for example, and just like a few of my like little cinematic shorts that I have on this channel as well. Like, I really enjoy that stuff. So if you guys are interested and want to know more, let me know. I'd love to make a video on that stuff, but yeah, that's what I use to film these videos, along with my iPhone, of course. V Delphi N says, top 3 wheels. About to be the most basic 3 wheels. Okay, as of right now, let's go start off with a curveball. I'm gonna say the SSR GTX 03. I had the opportunity to snag one of these when I first got the A6, like before I got any mods in the car, like when I was on Marketplace just scrolling, seeing what they had. They had a set of these for $1,500 and I just didn't pull the trigger. I was so dumb. ZE40s are fucking fire. I had a set of ZE40s, but they just weren't in the spec that I wanted. Oh bro, top 1, the freaking BBS E88s. Wow, why didn't I think of that? Honorable mentions are the TC105X from Wed Sports. Fucking love those wheels. Justin, oh my gosh, I haven't seen you in a bit, bro. Your dream 2-car solution. Oh man, I don't know about that one. I do not like the dream car question, or just like dream cars in general, because even you could ask my girl or just like anyone around me, it always changes. I have phases where I like certain cars and I have phases where I don't like certain cars. It's just like all over the place. It's annoying. Let me think. Either or, 911R or an ST. Actually, I do the 911R. We'll do 911R because it's more rare. I would say F80 M3, bro, like low key. Man, cause that car could actually do it all. You got a 4-door coupe, you could track that shit if you want to, you could daily that. It's relatively reliable, it's fast, it's decent on gas. Maintenance is so-so. I would say a truck, man, I would say a truck, but I don't, fuck, it makes more sense to get a truck. As of right now, like I said, it's probably gonna change. Right now, I'd say 911R and F80 M3. Comp, has to be comp. My girlfriend asks, Jersey Mike's or Denny's? Considering the fact that they're both different foods, I would say Denny's, bro. Only because they're open 24 hours. And it's cheap. Shout out the value meal. If you guys don't know about that, the value menu, man. Y'all need to get on that shit. And that's it for the Q&A. Thank you guys for asking all those questions. I really actually enjoyed answering them. I'm such a nerd and I love yip-yapping about car stuff or just like any of my interests. So hopefully we could do another video like this again. Hope you guys liked it. Sorry if I yapped so long. I just like yapping. That's just kind of how I am. But yeah, hope you guys enjoyed and I will see you guys tomorrow. Because I'm doing it every day as if I haven't forgotten.